Alright guys, so Jonathan Martinez and Davey Grant. Jonathan Martinez is currently 13-3 as a professional fighter inside the UFC. He has 4 wins and 2 losses. This fight is a bantamweight fight at UFC Fight Night Edwards vs. Muhammad. Davey Grant 10 wins and 4 losses. Both fighters coming off with 2 straight wins. Davey Grant coming off a finish over Martinez and a split decision against Grigory Popov. Jonathan Martinez coming off of 2 dominant victories over Thomas Almeida by unanimous decision around 4.5 months ago. And then he got a fight against Frankie Saenz. And guys, he ended up getting 3 knockdowns in the fight and knocked him out in the 3rd round with a flying knee. Absolutely insane. Got some ground and pound after that and finished the fight in the 3rd round. He's a minus 310 moderate favorite in the fight. Davey Grant, the plus 235 moderate underdog in the fight. And this is where he gets very interesting. Jonathan Martinez is currently 26, almost 27 years old right here. Davey Grant just turned 35 years old around 2.5 months ago. Humongous age advantage there for Jonathan Martinez in the fight. Jonathan Martinez is also going to have a slight size advantage in the fight as he's moving down from the featherweight to the bantamweight division to fight Davey Grant in this fight. Davey Grant, he's currently 5'8" tall, has a reach of 69 inches. Jonathan Martinez also 5'8" tall, a little bit longer reach at 69.5 inches. The Tapology predictions, I assume, are going way in favor of Jonathan Martinez. Exactly 88% of the vote going for Jonathan Martinez, only 12% the vote going for Davey Grant to win the fight. Most of the people saying that Jonathan Martinez is going to win the fight are saying he's going to get the win by decision, but I would not be shocked if Jonathan Martinez goes out there and gets another knockout in the fight. I mean, his hands, his knees, his kicks, I mean, they're absolutely insane. I would not be surprised if we see another finish from Jonathan Martinez in the fight. So Jonathan Martinez, let's look at the guys he's faced inside the UFC. As I said before, 4-2 inside the UFC. His only loss to Andre Sukham, if I'm saying the name correctly, and then Andre Yul. Let's check the stats. So that loss against Andre Yul, it was a pretty close fight. The stats per round, he definitely lost the 1st round. It was a pretty close 2nd round, could have gone either way. And then the 3rd round, he won that fight. But it was a split decision against Andre Yul. He got those 2 dominant victories. Let me see. Dang, where are they? He got those two dominant victories over Thomas Almeida, unanimous, and then that dominant victory over Frankie Saenz. 3 knockdowns, twice the amount of strikes. He even got a takedown in the fight, flying knee victory. I mean, that's all we really need to say. Against Ping Liam Liu, it was a pretty dominant performance. Also got a knockout with his knee yet again. I mean, absolutely insane. They got a dominant decision win over Jonathan Martinez. Now the thing over Luigi Beren. Now the thing he kind of has a disadvantage for in his fights is the takedown. If you look at his fights, I mean, 3 takedowns on Jonathan Martinez. If he wasn't landing as much strikes as he did on the feet, and he just kept on getting taken down over and over and over again, he would have lost that fight, and he did lose that fight against Andre Sukham, as he lost the fight with 3 takedowns over him, and ended up getting knocked down twice in the fight. So if Jonathan Martinez can defend against those takedowns, I think 100% he can win the fight. But Davey Grant is not a guy that goes for a lot of takedowns in the fight. He had 2 takedowns against Martinez. Oh my god, he had 6 takedowns against Grigory Popov, 2 takedowns against Damian Sisek. So he goes for a lot of takedowns in the fight. So that is one thing that Jonathan Martinez needs to defend like really well in this fight. But I do think that Jonathan Martinez can defend those takedowns in the fight, keep the fight on the feet. And Jonathan Martinez, this man is an absolute beast. 7 knockout wins, 2 submission wins, 4 decision wins. His losses, 2 by decision and 1 by TQ. I'm not really sure what's happening there. 1 loss by decision as an amateur, 5 wins by knockout. I mean, he has so much power in his hands. I would not be surprised if he gets a knockout in the fight. I think this fight is going to stay on the feet. Jonathan Martinez is going to keep the fight on the feet. And if he does that, 100%, I have Jonathan Martinez keeping the streak alive, 3 wins in a row. And finally, after this win against Davey Grant, getting a shot into the top 15 of the bantamweight division, I have Jonathan Martinez winning this fight by unanimous decision.